Welcome back, Media Junkies.
Welcome back.
So sorry that we made it through the entire hectic month of March and then missed an upload.
Yeah.
That's our fault. Actually, it's Luke's fault, but we'll get into that.
It was kind of
Screw you,
hilarious,
Luke.
though. It was kind of hilarious.
It's all his fault, so blame him. Don't blame.
Isn't
me
this
or
a funny
Hunter.
prank?
Yeah. So
Don't
before
blame
we even get into anything today, I'm going to introduce the topic.
Ooh, a topic.
Welcome to Big Talk 4.
Oh my gosh,
Yo! Wait a second. He said no more big talk.
Austin couldn't come up with the topic today.
Even though I
so-
said, I think the whole episode should be small talk, and you were like, no.
Yeah,
I got
no,
this.
No,
No,
we're not
we
doing
said,
that.
We said no full episode of just Nintendo because I don't think we can.
I got you. That makes sense.
So, here's my new terms and conditions regarding Big Talk.
This is a new era.
This is a new era, so I've got new rules. One new rule is one Big Talk a year. So this is the Big Talk of this year. And then once we reach our third year, we can do another Big Talk at some point.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Yeah, no more big talks at all until what is it? The 22nd of September, I think.
Yeah.
Past
That'll be our
then,
last.
we're allowed to do Big Talk 5 or whatever.
Okay.
So
Big talk.
obviously, if anybody's new to Big Talk, it's just small talk the entire episode.
But big.
And obviously, I thought it was most fitting today because we haven't recorded in a week or two.
And there's a lot that happened.
There's a lot that
in the
happened,
world
a
of
lot
media.
to talk about. We've got lots of interesting, juicy things going on. Yeah. So if you can't tell, it's actually it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah.
It has. It really, truly
Yeah.
has.
I completely forgot we had this today, and my friend wanted to play Fortnite, and then I realized that I had it.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
went. He was texting. He's like, I started a Discord call. I'm like, oh wait, I forgot I had this.
Rip
He was
Fortnite.
mad at me because I forgot. to
Rip
tell him.
Fortnite. Rip
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Actually, the same friend I'm hanging out with on
So,
Wednesday.
okay, then I'm gonna start this off then. So, I mean, obviously I went to New
I
York.
don't give.
It's on it. There we go. Are we
Welcome back,
We're
Media
back.
Junkies.
We're
Sorry.
back.
Sorry,
Okay,
just
I
Just
don't
pop
know why
back to
this-
New York to make sure I was still there.
yeah.
Was it still there?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
audio cut out. I don't know why that happened. Anyways, Luke was in New York, so we didn't record. How was that?
It was very, very nice. It was very overstimulating because I'm not a huge like big city kind of guy. A lot of like hustlers and that kind of stuff, which was kind of overwhelming for me. But like
Right.
in terms of media things, I got to see MJ the musical, and again, I'm not a big musical guy.
As in Michael Jackson?
Yes, as Michael Jackson. So it was all Michael Jackson songs as musical, and this is the greatest thing I've ever seen on a stage.
Really?
Me and my friend were losing our minds. We were like jumping up and down and screaming.
Nice.
Did they bring back Michael Jackson?
No, but the
Then
guy who played him was like dead on with the voice and the singing and like the dancing. The dancing was like, because Michael Jackson obviously is like
Yeah.
one of the greatest dancers of all time, and this guy emulated it so well.
He's not as good as me though.
He's
Oh,
hitting some moves
dude,
over here.
that
Too
was
bad.
that probably was better.
Too
but
bad
yeah.
nobody can see it.
No.
'cause
Yeah,
That's-
too bad.
I mean,
not a single person will ever see
I haven't
it.
done a video episode in a while, so
It's true.
maybe he'll dance for you on the video episode. Oh,
Yeah.
he's hitting us with it again. Anyway, yeah.
Wow.
So MJ the musical was fantastic. There was so many like I could sit here and gush about it for.
Is
a
there an
long time,
actual reason you went there to New York?
with the show choir
Okay.
trip.
Oh,
They do
okay.
it every 2 years, and I was like, well,
Idiot.
this like from last spring break to this spring break was like my travel time. So I just got before like life started, I got a lot of opportunities to go a lot of places. So this was kind of the last big, and I want to do trips again in the future, obviously, but I want to get a lot out of the way now so that I can focus on my life and not be like, oh, I wish I could go somewhere,
Right.
because I'm a big travel person. But yeah, that was really nice. And during New York, it just so happened that I had a bus ride from 9 to 10 on that day. There was a Nintendo Direct, and this was probably,
Oh yeah.
I mean, everyone has a lot of opinions about it. There are a lot of things going around about it, but you
gonna
cannot
say our
deny,
opinions
you
about
cannot
it.
deny that this is probably the most influential Nintendo Direct there's been, maybe ever. There's so much has spawned from this.
I think we should talk the positives first.
Yes, absolutely, and the negatives also. I have.
There's one.
I don't have much negative to say.
So
Well,
I'm going to introduce this one because I think this means probably the most to me. Hollow Knight Silk Song is out.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's not out. That'd be
well,
crazy.
no, it's not out. It's coming out.
Yeah.
This year supposedly, as long as it doesn't get delayed again.
And for
Don't
anyone who
worry,
didn't
it
see
will.
it,
Yeah.
including Austin, there was a sizzle reel at the end,
Yeah.
and the collective reaction of everybody was like, "All right, I guess no Silk Song." And then there was like a little 3-second clip of Silk Song. Everyone called it the Silk Song jump scare, which I think is funny.
It was awesome.
It was
I can't-
hilarious.
I can't wait for it to come out.
Yes, I'm very excited too.
And then also the Dust Bloods, the new
Ooh,
FromSoft
yeah.
Nintendo exclusive.
Yes, Bloodborne 2 question.
Yeah, which it's. I was telling Luke
It
before we
runs
started
better.
recording. It's such a weird idea.
Yeah.
A Nintendo exclusive FromSoft game,
It
but
doesn't feel real.
It sounds cool though.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
I just think it's funny because when the Bloodborne 2 or Bloodborne 1 still runs on 30 FPS.
Yeah.
Even though it's on an upgraded system too, it still runs on 30 FPS.
That's weird.
And
I
now,
mean-
now we have a now we have Duskblood 2, and it's on a Nintendo system running at 120 or
I
maybe
know.
60
Yeah.
FPS.
Dude, it's insanity.
I
The
saw-
Switch 2 is such a powerful console.
I know.
I saw a lot of people were thinking like FromSoft making a Nintendo exclusive game is like their payback to Sony for like not
Yes.
doing a Bloodborne port or anything or like
Bloodborne 2.
Yeah, Bloodborne update or anything.
Yeah,
Because
DLC.
Bloodborne still runs
Still gotta
at
play
30
that game.
FPS.
I want to play Bloodborne, but I don't want to be playing a 30
I'm
FPS
super.
game.
Yeah.
Because again, I was saying how like I just got into FromSoft games. I'm excited to play more, but I'm also kind of disappointed because I'm going to college soon. But the fact that Elden
Ooh,
Ring is
get-
being put on Switch is perfect for me because I can
Ooh.
play
It is
that.
being put on Switch?
Yes.
Yeah, that was in the direct.
It's gonna be
Oh, I didn't
so.
see that.
It's gonna like it's actually. I think it might be better than playing on PlayStation.
On the Switch 2 only, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Because
I'm
there's
pretty
no
sure.
way the Switch could run that
No.
game.
Bro, have you also seen like the like graphic updates to their games?
Mhm.
Unbelievable.
I think
Like-
the screen is probably the best update
Yeah,
that they
probably.
have.
Looking at like Switch 1, like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild compared to Switch 2, Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild is actually like insane.
Yeah, I know.
It's like crazy because you can see like the pixels on the shield when you're like flying in on like
on the Switch 1, yeah.
on the Switch 1, but looking at the Switch 2,
It's like,
you
whoa!
can't see it. Like it looks smooth.
Yeah, it's yeah. There was one game on the Switch 1 that looked like that, being Metroid Prime remastered, which I was just so stunned by, and I have a feeling that Switch 2 is gonna have more games like that.
Also, I think it's I don't want to have like I don't want to talk about the negatives right now, but people are talking about how there's only gonna be like a couple of like exclusives that are not or a couple of games that will be upgraded to like
Switch
better
2.
graphics, like
Yeah.
Switch 2 graphics. Like there isn't many games on Nintendo systems that really need
Yeah, that is
better
true.
of graphics.
Like,
There's like,
the big open world ones, obviously.
yeah, obviously
like,
those ones make sense.
like Mario, like whatever you play Mario, don't
Yeah.
don't need the crisp, high quality.
Exactly. It's just like
Don't
why,
see his
why are you
nose jiggle.
complaining about something that does not need to happen? Zelda makes sense because obviously Zelda
Yeah.
is an open world game and that game needs to have it because on the Switch 1 that was lagging.
Yeah,
Like
it was
lagged
bad.
for me. But I feel like on Switch 2 it's not going to
We're
lag
gonna
at
see the
all.
game in a whole new light, which I'm very looking forward to.
I watched a whole
might even not.
Switch 2 like tech review of someone like got the console early or
Oh, yeah.
whatever and got to review it. And the cool thing is like the screen is much bigger, but according to this person, the console actually feels lighter than the first one
Interesting.
because the console is like longer and wider, but it's thinner.
It better be more durable because they're putting Elden Ring on that thing, and
Yeah, it's
I don't know if
good.
they can withstand the gamer rage.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to have it to where like it doesn't overheat as well. Because the normal
Yeah.
Switch overheats a lot.
I mean,
with any
it's
game.
just think about the gap from in between this console is one of the biggest gaps there ever been in like gaming history. So of course this one's gonna be super uber powerful.
Another big like slice of life change that they added to the console
Yeah.
that I don't really see anybody talking about is the fact that there's not only a charging port on the bottom,
There's a
but a
I-
charging
I
port on
love
the top.
that.
That's
because
so
now
cool.
you can have it on like a table.
I
with the
always
stand
I
up.
that
always
was the most
needed
annoying
that.
thing ever.
It,
bro.
it is really annoying.
It is a really good slice of
And
life.
now they're
update.
like
Yeah.
they're just like I think you mean quality of life because slice
No,
of life.
I
is
mean
yeah, quality of life, not
because
slice
I think
of life,
slice
I
of
guess.
life is a description for like
Yeah, that's like a
anime thing.
genre.
It's
Yeah,
a
Whatever.
genre
Yeah.
of anime.
Slice of
Yeah.
life. Yeah, I want to talk about my big news. Let me just preface this by saying that I after the musical ended, I kind of went into a mini like depression. I was very
Oh,
sad
God.
after the musical ended, and I was like, I don't know. There was the Switch 1 direct that happened like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, all I'm gonna know is that I'm gonna watch that direct and they're gonna reveal Deltarune 3 and 4, and everything's gonna be okay. And then they didn't, and I lost my mind, and I got very upset. And then I got even more sad. Then I went to New York, and I was happy in New York, and then the Switch 2 Direct, and I was like, this is fun. They're probably not gonna reveal Deltarune, and then they revealed Deltarune 3 and 4, and I mean, it was 2021 when Chapter 2 released. So Chapter 1 was like, it released when I was in middle school. So that's like, I associate that with my middle school self. Right. And then Chapter 2 is my high school self. And then these next chapters are going to be like my...
Oh, yeah, we will be out of school by then.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, so this is probably, like, this is my Silk Song. This is, and a lot of people's too. Like these two, both of those indie games are like... some of the most anticipated games of all time, which is great because I'm just so thrilled for everyone. It's just everyone's in a good mood if you're into indie games. Indie people are winning right now. Yeah. And the trailer for 3 and 4 is probably one of, if not the best game trailer I've ever seen, because it was quick and concise, and it revealed a lot, but not so much that you feel like you're getting, the like whole game. Exactly. Like you're seeing like, hints of what it could be. Like Susie's brown for some reason. What's that about?
So my question about this is, are all the chapters coming out at once?
No. Oh, 3 and 4?
Yes, those are.
Yeah, so 3 and 4 are coming out at once. It's going to be 7 chapters in total.
Okay.
Which is it's already like it's going to be one of the biggest games. Like think about how long 1 and 2 took us.
Right.
And then like
that took us like all day, right?
Chapter 1 took us a whole day, and then Chapter 2 took us another day.
That's right.
So like, and just think, I mean, we like had to rush the ending too. So just think about how big of a game this is going to be when all 7 are released. Like it's wild. I'm so excited for it. But yeah, so 3 and 4 are releasing at the same time on June 6th or June 5th, which is the official Deltarune tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very exciting. And there's one other thing I wanted to mention about it.
That's 3 more chapters.
I know.
It means they're probably gonna release.
He's like looking at his fingers right now, like.
Are they all gonna release all 3 at the same time?
I think he's releasing 5 individually, 6 individually, and it's like, so like there's these big gaps in between the chapters where you get to like theorize and all this. And I love that. But I'm interested to see like what is it going to be like in between the last 2 chapters, like what I mean, all the speculation and theory crafting. Like I'm really excited for that. It really is fun to have this to, like follow me through my life. I'm gonna be sad when it's over.
Right. Mind you, anyone that doesn't know this, Toby Fox dreamed all this.
Yeah, in 2011, Toby Fox had dreamed about the end of this game. So
yes.
Who knows?
So to sum it up. Positives: the Nintendo Switch the Switch 2 looks really good.
Yes,
lots of good updates.
And so far, the price looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
For the console,
that was what I wanted to mention. Sorry, one more thing about Deltarune.
Yeah.
I meant to is that he's releasing 1, 2, 3, and 4 as a package for $24.99.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind how big I said this game is going to be.
Right.
He said also the other chapters are all going to be free updates. Mm-hmm. So we're getting this whole 7-chapter game for $25.
That's awesome.
And compared to the prices of things that we've been, we've been experiencing lately.
I was also kind of wrong about the prices. It's not going to be 80 to 90. 90 is price in Europe.
There was a lot of. Well, we'll talk about that after Austin does his wrap up here to summarize.
So to summarize the positives, we got really good looking Switch 2, nice updates. Looks like it's going to be a lot more powerful and everything like that. We
worked very hard on it.
Yes,
so.
We got a Hollow Knight Silk Song release date, kind of a
release year window.
Deltarune new chapters, the Dustbloods new FromSoft Nintendo exclusive game, Mario Kart World open world Mario Kart game looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the 2 at the end, the Donkey Kong open world game,
Donkey Kong.
What was the other one? There's one more before.
I don't know.
It was kind of cool.
Legend ZA is gonna look amazing.
New Pokemon.
Well, there
was another big one right at the end. Right before Donkey Kong, there was another big one that everyone was kind of like freaking out. I can't remember. I'll think of it.
But going on into the negatives, there's really only one big negative, and it's the pricing.
Yeah, so I was just doing research on this. Literally, like while we were sitting out there, I was watching a video about like the prices, and apparently during the Nintendo Treehouse Live, while they were like, I saw videos of it, like the live chat was all just spamming drop the price.
Yeah, I saw that
which is crazy. I've never seen that much like backlash.
Well, yeah, because it's
for something that's so like. So I just think it's kind of petty.
To summarize, the games,
the prices, or the people talking about the prices
of the games and the console, which again, it's like
console. Okay, the console, I don't understand what people are complaining about.
Yes,
$450 for that is amazing.
Hunter and I were talking about this,
but the prices for the games I can understand because $80 for a game. Is insane.
The digital obviously is 80, and then the physical is 90. But something I was talking to Luke about as well that is just really kind of despicable, honestly, is the fact that even the physical games, you're not actually getting a game.
No.
You're getting what?
People are lying about that, or they're misunderstanding it. You do get a game. It's just that. So you still own the game, but you can use it on other consoles too. You like it's how I don't know how to explain it exactly. But the way people are explaining it, they explain it very horribly. You still get a physical game.
I'm gonna explain it in an educated
people
way.
People will not.
So
they're spreading misinformation.
Let me explain what I saw first, so the listeners understand. Is supposedly when you buy the physical copy of the game, you get a cartridge, but it's not like a normal Switch cartridge. It's a file to then download the game digitally online. So people are saying that's no different than buying a digital copy.
Yeah.
Because it's just a file.
But it's very confusing because what they just announced is this thing. They announced this in the Switch 1 Direct where you can put in your game cards to your console and then you can transfer between other consoles. Your like and so like if someone doesn't own a game, like if you get a card, Tears of the Kingdom, and someone doesn't own it, you put it in that system, and then they can play that if you like screen share or something.
Right.
Which I think is like, oh, that's cool. But I just realized that's probably their way to justify the price. Yeah. It's like you're getting this $90 game because you can get it and 4 people can play it at once who don't already have it. But that's like,
I think people are worried about it because having it as a file instead of an actual game means that it can be taken away from you.
Right.
Yeah. So it goes into the whole, you don't own your games,
which is scary.
Argument.
But Nintendo also said something about that. Like they said that they weren't gonna like go down that route.
Yeah.
So.
Which, nonetheless, $80 to $90 is, in my opinion, way too much to spend on games.
90 is something you spend on like a deluxe edition of a game.
Exactly, which I had before.
Like people were.
That's fine though, because you're actually getting more content.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're spending $80 for just a normal game itself is crazy.
There are so many games that are much longer and higher quality than some of these Nintendo games are planning.
Doom
exactly. And they're at like maybe half the price. You know?
Exactly.
It's like it's
for a game
it's really ridiculous.
So these are all the prices for Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Like games that are not going to be like they're not strictly made by Nintendo are going to be normal prices. They're going to be like
but the
60 about.
Why this is so worrying though is that other companies are going to see Nintendo get away with this and they're going to want to do the same thing and start raising their prices.
That is true.
That reminds me of
because Nintendo will get away with it.
Like 10 years in the future, have games that are like $200.
Yeah.
No.
Like what's it called? There's this one guy who's saying that GTA 6 should be $100 and that every single game should also be about that much nowadays.
Who said that?
I don't know who it
wants
is.
anything to be more expensive.
But it was some guy, I don't know who I don't remember exactly who it was, but it was on the video or something like that.
His name was
talking about
definitely not Elon Musk.
Yeah. But yeah, it was something about how he said that games should be that it should be $100 and that game should follow or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was.
It's really stupid.
Again, the video that I watched could be wrong, and the guy that said that could be possibly just not real at all.
Or trolling.
Trolling. I'd hope so.
But yeah, in that aspect, the future of video games is not looking great in terms of your wallet, but
but
in terms of the positives, I do think the positives overlook it. And,
I agree. I think people are kind of overblowing everything. I think that like they're all complaining about the price, but I mean, we're gonna.
And the nice thing about Hollow Knight Silksong, which personally is the one that I know for sure that I'll be playing, is that I don't have to buy it on Switch. I can buy it on Steam, which will probably be way less. I don't think it'll be $90.
It's not gonna be $90
on the Switch either.
No, it won't. It's an indie game. Again, that's something we dealt through. Like they're gonna be. That's why I'm so glad that I've drifted into this more indie focused gamer because.
That's what I'm saying. It's like games that are not made by Nintendo. Like all games that are not made by Nintendo. Duskbloods is obviously going to be because it's Nintendo.
At least published, not like developed
if it's
by Nintendo.
if it's how do I explain?
If it's published by Nintendo.
If it's published by Nintendo, but it's like if it's made by Nintendo, like in partner with somebody else, then yes. Because obviously Deltarune's not. It's partnered with Nintendo, but it's not like being published with Nintendo.
Exactly.
It's being published onto Nintendo systems. So games that are just being published onto Nintendo systems that Nintendo is not helping make will not be $90 or $80 or whatever. They'll be their normal prices.
Which I think it speaks volumes so that it's just like I feel like in the future, even more so, indie games are going to start to kind of take over the market. Like these developers who don't need like Nintendo is a greedy and they want all this money, but like Toad Fox makes this giant game, or like Team Cherry makes these huge games that have so much hype around them, and they price them at a very low price because they don't need all the money, right? Because they're a small group. So
like Ultra Kill. the creator behind Ultrakill, like someone asked him if they're allowed to pirate his game, like Ultrakill, and he said, yeah. I mean, if you don't have the money and you can't like afford it, sure, go ahead, pirate it.
Yeah.
And I'm not here asking for money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's the whole game is like, it's like faith,
I know.
in a sense. So like it's a religion based game. So he doesn't want people paying money just to have anything to do with religion. I pay for the game because I want to play the game.
That's the same thing with me. That's what like I used to always buy Nintendo games because I was like, I want to support Nintendo, you know, because like but like now it's like I don't want to.
That's why
like I just feel gross.
That's why I don't
that
feel
much
like
money.
I don't feel so bad whenever like I pirate Nintendo games.
Yeah,
Because it's like
I used to be against it, but I'm kind of starting to drift
'cause they
into that camp
don't-
too.
They don't support any of their old consoles anymore, like Nintendo 3DS. They don't support any of that stuff. They're not making any money off those games anymore. So why does it matter if I'm pirating a game that you guys don't make money off of?
It is pretty ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
And two, I think there's also this thing people say that emulation is illegal. Emulation is not illegal. If emulation was illegal,
It's the ROM.
the ROMs are illegal. But somebody also came up with saying that if emulation is illegal, then they would still be able to emulate their own games, which is not true because just because they own the games emulation would be illegal. So that means you can't emulate it no matter who you are, even if you own things that you're emulating.
That's not true. I don't know. Yeah. It's weird. It's something like, again, like I just Nintendo. I used to remember like Austin was always like, I've never been a big Nintendo guy, and I used to like try to get him to like Nintendo, but then I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know
like
anymore.
them as a company. I like some of the games they make.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff I'm excited for that came out of this direct is stuff other developers are making.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a direct where I'm this excited for indie developers rather than actual Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it's like one of the biggest Nintendo directs of all time.
The only thing I'm happy for Nintendo is Legends of ZA.
ZA, yeah.
I've just been waiting for it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they're adding new megas to the game.
And I keep saying this, like everyone's always complaining about these prices, but they're all gonna buy it. It's not like they're gonna be like, I mean, I hate these prices, and I'm not buying these games. Like I hate these prices. Here is the money. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's kind of complaining for no reason.
Yeah, but at the same time, I understand it because someone's gonna buy the game, but it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's just, of course, you're gonna complain about something because it's a lot of money. Because I mean, even if you want to play it and you're gonna complain about the price, it's still okay to complain about a price because you're spending this much money on something.
I guess so.
Yeah.
That
I'm just
they
saying,
don't need.
You could just choose not to spend money on it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I'm honestly probably not even gonna get Mario Kart or like the new Donkey Kong.
I feel like complaining about it isn't going to do much. What will do much is not buying the
right.
games.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Like,
I feel like if you really want to make a difference, just don't buy the games.
Yes, absolutely.
Again, I'm so annoyed at people who are complaining about the console itself. The console is a good price.
Yeah.
I don't like Nintendo myself.
I was expecting
but the
it to be
good.
more
I was
expensive
too.
than that.
I was too.
Because people have this in their brain that it was going to be $400.
Yeah.
Why would it have been $400?
Because people are unrealistic.
Because how much was the Switch OLED?
I think like $350.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be more than a Switch OLED. It's not gonna be $50 more than a Switch OLED when it's more powerful than a Switch OLED.
Like unbelievably more powerful.
Like people have this in their brain that just because it's a second version of a console, it's gonna be this much cheaper.
Listen, in terms of hardware, say what you will about like Nintendo games if you're not into them, but like it is less expensive. It's cheaper than the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
It is way more powerful than the PS5 and the PS5 Pro. I think.
Actually, it's not more powerful than PS5 Pro.
Oh, it's not.
But
PS5 Pro.
I actually saw that some people are saying it's not as powerful as a PS5. They're saying it's as powerful as the Xbox Series S.
I mean it. I guess powerful isn't the right word. I just mean like
it has 1080p.
It's a Nintendo console that can run 1080p
and
4K 60 FPS,
which is just that's never been. I mean, we've always wanted that. You know what I mean? It's never been possible.
I looked it up, and the PS5 can't go into 1080p.
Really?
Unless again. The internet could be lying to me because I don't even know anymore.
Well, on the trailer, it said.
Well, what people don't really understand also is that in terms of like docking and stuff like that, or just with like a PS5 being able to run in 4K.
Yeah.
Your monitor is what matters.
That is true. That is true.
You
too.
need a TV that can run in 4K
Yeah.
Yeah.
while you're playing a game.
And
People
if
don't
the
realize
Switch
that.
can run it at 1080p on its own, that's
Right.
crazy.
Mhm.
The thing that limits the PlayStation is whatever you play on. So
Right.
you're never gonna actually always gonna be on 4K
Yeah.
resolution because what if your TV can't handle that? What
Which
if you're-
most TVs nowadays do, so it's like
Yeah.
doesn't
It's not
matter.
that
What
big,
if you have an
but-
older
Unless you're playing
TV?
on one of those little like box TVs that's like the bubble screen.
Yeah, yeah.
No lines going through it.
Yeah.
What was it? I can't remember what else it is. But yeah, just the price. I don't understand people complaining about the price of the console because I saw somebody saying that it's 2 times more expensive than the Switch One. I'm like, the Switch One was $300.
Yeah.
It is half the price plus the normal price.
I want to ask, are you sure you don't want to see the Silk Song footage?
I'll watch it.
Okay,
So we can watch it live.
we'll do a
my
live reaction
Live
here.
reaction because I haven't seen it yet, everybody. So
Yeah.
Ooh.
yeah.
It's really funny.
I've seen everything else. I refrained from watching this because I didn't want to.
Also, the audio again. This direct was just busted. The audio was completely like delayed the entire
Yeah.
time. Okay, so this is like they started the sizzle reel, and this went. So all the reactions were like, okay, no more Silk Song. I guess we missed our chance. We got Deltarune. You can play this on screen if you want for editing, so
Okay.
they can watch too.
Oh!
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, Silk Song. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 and then no more.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's like, why do
That's-
they do that?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's insane.
Let's see what the top comments are.
They think.
Oh,
that-
the
they-
Silk Song clip was the best part.
Team Cherry thinks they're real funny, don't they? Doing that.
I know they're
5-second
like,
clip.
yeah, that's why. Oh yeah, never mind. This comment says, "Thank you, Nintendo, but our wallet is in another castle."
Yeah. Yeah.
That game's gonna be like probably like what, 30, 40 bucks.
What the
Silk
Silk
Song?
Song? Well, Hollow Knight was like
cheaper.
$15, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure. I bet it'll be more expensive because it feels like it's gonna be a bigger game.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying like 20, 30 maybe. 'cause
I mean,
Well, it's funny because Silk Song was originally meant to be a DLC, but it's so big that they had to
That's
make it its
cool.
own game.
yeah. The way I see it, Undertale is 15, Deltarune is 25, Hollow Knight's 15, maybe Silk Song would be 25, maybe 30. You know,
Yeah.
I think that'd be a fine price. Too.
I would pay.
Yeah.
I Silk Song is a game that I would pay
pay
without
$1,000.
shame.
That's how I feel,
$90,
and that's what I'm saying
like,
about indie games, dude. Like they are the most like.
because I love Team Cherry. They're a small
Right.
group of developers that are doing their best, and people dog on them for how long they're taking. but
That's why I feel like there's no one out there who like dislikes indie games. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like the people who haven't discovered them,
Yeah.
or
like I saw
or they're just very big.
big into like
company.
Nintendo and stuff.
They're
Yeah,
big company
AAA.
apologists.
like I always see
Yeah.
posts where it's like finishing a AAA game and the credits are rolling and you're like, oh, that was pretty good, and then you finish an indie game made by like 2 people.
Yeah.
and it says thanks for playing my game, and it's like a way better.
Yeah, and it's like the greatest game you've ever played
it's
in your
like-
life.
It's like when you get
It's
the
bizarre
thanks
to
for
me.
playing my game
Yeah.
message. That's just like
I know
so
that
much,
is so
Yeah.
sweet.
yeah. It's just
Because only indie companies can do that, not like what is it? How many star?
AAA.
AAA.
AAA companies.
5-star
Yeah.
AAA games.
yes.
I haven't told many jokes in a while. I gotta think of some jokes.
Get out.
This is supposed to be a funny podcast.
Yes.
Is it? It's
but-
the fly.
Anyway, that was
he just made it up. There's no flaw.
I miss him.
the Fly returns.
No, he didn't.
I miss
Return of
him.
the Fly.
I miss him so
Return
much.
of the Rings.
I'm
Wait, no,
gaslighting you,
Return of the
Luke.
Jedi, not Return of
There's
the
a
Rings.
fly in your house.
In my house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It probably is, honestly. How would you be able
Yeah.
to know?
So that was a Nintendo Direct. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I have another gaming related announcement if we want to talk about it.
We don't.
I don't wanna talk
if
about
we
it.
want to talk
We're
about
done.
it.
So guys, we're gonna
Hunters!
I told the
Three.
I told Luke before we started recording that I'm going to be getting into more gaming
Yeah.
soon, and I was
Which is
very
good.
serious about that. I have a PC on the way.
Yes!
A gaming
Wait, didn't
PC.
you used to have a PC?
How expensive was that?
It was like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So
Because I'm also
I'll get into that.
interested.
So the
We all
PC
have
I bought,
PCs.
I bought Starforge, which is
Ooh, yeah, that's probably like
it's
the best
a
one.
company founded by content creators. I think
Moist Critical.
Moist Critical is
Jinx.
like,
Oh, yeah.
I think Moist Critical and Jinxie, but maybe not Jinxie. I can
So-
about that.
I bought the cheapest one I could find on their website, which was $1,000,
Ugh.
1,200 because of like
And
taxes.
people are complaining about the Switch too.
Well, to be fair,
the PCs
that's actually
can do
cheap.
That is
a
true.
lot more.
That's also cheaper. That's like on a cheap end of a PC.
Yeah.
What, 1,200 you said?
Yeah.
Still very
So,
intimidating for me.
because they're like high end like content creation PC is like close to $4,000.
Yeah.
So they're very expensive. But they're also going, the reason they're so expensive is because all these content creators are sponsored by them. They have to get paid. So, and the difference between buying a PC from Starforge and buying, we're not sponsored by the way,
Yeah.
and buying from Best Buy is that
Oh.
Best Buy PCs are like built in like sweatshops in
Ha.
mass production and not very built to last.
Yeah.
But each Starforge PC
It's like
is
handcrafted.
personally crafted and
It
built.
says Austin on it.
Yes.
Moist Critical and the OTK organization, which
He just claps like every YouTuber.
which has Asmongold.
Yeah, that's one thing I've been seeing is people. The only complaints I've seen about Starforge is that people don't want to put money in Asmongold's pocket.
I don't know
Yeah.
who that is.
He's like a streamer that a lot of people don't.
That is
like.
very disgusting.
He's very gross. Yeah.
Yeah, he had like roaches and like a whole bunch of other stuff. Mind you, he's a streamer that has like probably thousands of dollars.
He's giving
probably,
streamers a bad. He's doing the stereotypes.
You,
Like,
you
Yeah.
want to know the most disturbing thing about Asmongold, which I don't know if this is.
He didn't brush his teeth, and he tried brushing his teeth, and his gums bled.
Yeah, so it's
Really
related
bad.
to that. So there's this thing he has in his room next to his bed called a blood wall, where when his gums bleed, which they do often apparently, he'll wipe it on the wall.
dude, some people are so weird. Like,
So, like,
that's-
why would you do
He's
that?
so disgusting. I don't.
and that's probably why people watch him.
And there's
It's just
all
like,
clips
oh.
of him like drinking water for like the first time in like
Oh,
ever,
yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, this tastes so gross. Why do
Actually,
people drink
no.
water?"
I think a lot of people didn't even know about half the stuff.
It
'Cause it
reminds me of
randomly
like
came out
Cotton
of
avocado.
nowhere.
Like,
But anyways,
No, I think he's more
We're getting
disgusting.
sidetracked.
He's more disgusting than Nick
So
Ocado.
I have even the cheapest Starforge PC is like really high end, and I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
to finally get into more games and stuff
I'm
like
excited
that.
for you.
That'd probably be my
I-
next PC, Starforge.
Yeah, I cleared out some space in a guest room in my house. That's where it's gonna be at. It's like my own little office space now.
It's a guest room for your PC.
Yes. And that's where I'll be playing
He's the
it.
guest.
And yeah, so you'll probably get a lot more recent recs from me.
That's exciting.
Woo!
I'm happy
More,
for you because
um,
I wanted to expose you to more games and
Yes.
because that is definitely
Exclusive.
my biggest like
I also want to expose Austin for all the horrible crimes he's
Oh,
committed.
oh no.
He
he
found out.
The atrocities that he's
Yes.
has this thing
killed
called a blood wall.
so many. He has this thing called a blood wall. He has
But
a
it's not
booger
when his
wall.
gums bleed.
He has a booger wall.
Even
Yes,
worse.
Yes.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
But moving on from that news,
Luke, you definitely
this is
have a
something
booger
I'll talk
wall.
about briefly. But I saw the Minecraft movie.
Oh yeah,
These
and
guys
I-
haven't seen it yet.
I don't wanna
I'm not
hear.
gonna spoil. I'm not
Okay.
gonna spoil.
Good boy.
Because the movie is so good, you don't want it spoiled, of course.
Yeah, wow, that's
Um,
something
The
really
only thing I
legit.
know that I gotten spoiled for me is that the Technoblade tribute.
Yeah, I
what
saw
they
that
say
He's like, it's a legend.
is that a king? No, that's a legend.
Is it?
Low key almost made me cry.
That is pretty sweet.
But anyways, movie was actually better than I thought it'd be. It wasn't like the worst ever. It was just really corny and kind of hard to.
But sometimes you
yeah.
like that.
Oh,
Sometimes that's what you need.
Um,
Sometimes you need
and
that corn in your life.
The real great thing about seeing this movie was the theater we were in was so
Yeah.
energetic.
Dude.
They clapped at every meme thing that Jack
Did you
Black
join
said.
in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
It was the entire theater, not just like clapping. It was like roars of
Yeah,
applause.
my friend said the same thing.
Chicken
and I've seen, like,
Jackie.
a whole bunch of
Yeah.
videos about it too. It was funny.
It was so fun.
I wish I went sooner to opening because
Yeah.
I
I
thought it would
honestly,
have
I think
that
it's gonna be this. It's still gonna be that.
I
Same
mean, I thought
energetic.
well, FNAF was kind of like that too, but you know,
Yeah.
but we didn't get that experience.
The thing
anymore.
is that I think it's harder to dress up for FNAF because a lot of FNAF is like you're just dressing up as like the animatronics or something like that. Because there's not many like human characters you see in
Yeah.
FNAF.
so so everyone dressed up for like the movie.
So
That's
it
really
ma-
fun.
this one makes more sense for it to be like you can just wear like a blue shirt
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
jeans.
Yeah, there
and-
were even like lots of people dressed in like suits, like that meme.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the boys going to see
The
Minecraft.
Min- it was the minions that
Bro.
started
Yeah.
with.
I sent that picture to the group chat too with the 3 people
Mhm.
saying 3 tickets to the Minecraft movie.
But that was but when the Minions movie came out, it was really annoying because they were sitting in the theater and like clapping and cheering when
Yeah.
no one else was. But then it just became the norm.
Yeah. Now I will say the
love that picture.
the highlight of this movie for me, Jack Black's obviously very good.
Yeah.
But
Chicken
and I'm not
Jackie.
even a Jason Momoa fan. I don't really
I like
like
Jason Momoa.
his acting that much.
I
But
like him.
he is great in this movie.
You really?
He's so good.
That's
His
cool.
character is such a standout.
I can
It's-
understand animals.
I don't know why. It's just like he puts so much like effort and charm into this movie. Him and Jack Black
Yeah.
really tried to make this good.
I really like. There's just it's so mysterious. Like for me, just seeing all the trailers, I'm like, what is this? Can't be real, you know?
There's a trailer. Jennifer Coolidge is dating a Minecraft villager.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That happened in the movie?
That
There's
that's
a
like
trailer for it.
It's like
I
a
didn't see-
subplot. It's really I don't know.
It's so odd.
It's like
a
B
so
movie.
funny, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it's better than the bee movie because at least the villager looks like a human.
Sure.
The bee, it's just a bee.
Yeah, that movie is so.
Imagine being
Bee.
her like
Yes.
ex-boyfriend, and she leaves you for a bee.
That's
How
The
bad do you
deepest
have to?
cut, like,
Yeah.
Like, how bad do you have to be for your own wife or girlfriend
Or
and
how
or girlfriend
deranged
to
does she have to
leave
be?
you for
Anyway.
a bee?
Wow,
Yeah.
we got really off topic.
Yeah.
Point is, Minecraft.
Sorry.
movie.
Minecraft movie better than I thought. Not good, but better than I
did
thought.
you end up seeing Mario?
Yeah.
Did you like that more or less?
I liked Mario a lot more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Mario
think-
Mario was really good
I
actually.
think you're. The Minecraft movie is good because we thought it was gonna be bad.
That is true. I
And
yeah,
the Mario movie just looks like it was already going to be somewhat good, and it just ended up being even
really
better.
good. Yeah, and
Yeah.
same with FNAF. I think FNAF was good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Minecraft movie was just good because we thought it was going to be bad, but it is actually.
I kept saying it too. I was like, "You're all making fun now," but I feel like it's not gonna be that.
I kn- like-
awful.
After the first trailer was released, and there was more trailers afterwards, I was like, okay, this might actually be somewhat good.
Yeah.
Because I think the first trailer really messed it up.
taste.
It left a
Yeah.
really bad taste.
Okay. what else do we got going on? We've talked about a lot of what's happened.
Sorry, I'm just.
Mhm.
Let me think.
How dare you?
I beat Jevo without getting hit.
You beat
I'm
Jevil.
sure you're really happy about
Oh
that
my
because
God,
you
you're so
didn't even
cool.
you didn't even
You're
beat
so
that
cool.
boss, did you?
I don't think I did. No.
Interesting.
Way to rub it in.
Interesting.
He's so cool, guys. He beat Jevil. No
Yes.
My birthday's coming up, April 21st.
April
I'm
21st.
gonna ask for some Soulsborne, probably Bloodborne,
Ooh.
or no, Dark Souls 3.
How
Dark
are you
Souls
gonna
3.
get
Yes, Dark Souls
Bloodborne?
3.
Oh, you can't play Bloodborne on the Xbox, can you?
You can't play Bloodborne on anything
Nope.
but PlayStation.
Yep, you have to have a PlayStation for Bloodborne or a PC.
Yeah, because PlayStation is. I don't like PlayStation, but I love PlayStation at the same time, you know?
You can't play Bloodborne on a PC, right?
Mm,
Yeah, they made a PC port just recently, I think. I'm pretty sure.
It's
Can you
definitely
play
gonna be
Bloodborne on a PC? Yes.
Okay. Maybe I'll let you come over and use mine or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just,
Okay, it's
live
not
at
on.
my house.
It's not on Steam.
Okay. Well, you can, you know,
Well, yeah, I know, but it's not on
you can do some
Steam.
wacky shenanigans, hijinks.
Ultra kill.
No, you're getting distracted.
Um.
I'm trying to think of what I haven't really. I've been playing just a.
I've been playing Phasmophobia.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun.
Now that's also the one that I really want to get now that I have an Xbox.
It's genuinely
because
so
that's
fun.
one of my top 10 like Markiplier YouTube series is him playing Phasmophobia, and I really want to play that game. Do you play it with people?
Yes, I play with Cade.
Maybe you and I should hop on once I get it. I'm gonna
No.
ask for it for my birthday.
I'm not playing with you.
Okay, well then I guess I'll have no one to play it with, huh? It's
That
not.
sucks.
You can't play it low. That's really sad, dude.
No, you play. You can play cross-platform. You just need to join through code, through private servers, or you can just join somebody.
He just said a bunch of gobbledygook. I'll figure it out once I get the game.
Well, what I
Yeah.
said was that someone creates a room, and then you can put in yourself into NA, EU, or whatever region they're from.
It's still gobbledygook.
It's not. I think you're just not understanding any words because you're deaf.
Yeah, true. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big techie guy. I don't like
It's not tech. It's literally just region,
Like,
and
I-
then putting code whenever you press join server after putting in your region.
I learned what 4K meant through the Switch 2. I was like, whoa, the Switch 2 was 4K. What does that mean?
Way.
I don't know.
We're on to
4K
8K
resolution.
now.
I never.
Not like anybody
Are we
runs an
really?
8K.
I just
TV.
learned what 4K
8K
meant.
doesn't even really
Yeah.
exist.
They're going
that
too
much.
fast.
It does. It's just very expensive to get.
Yeah, I
So,
bet Kanye has one.
How?
I'm sure he
To
does.
me, it's like how can
I miss the
how
old
can
Kanye.
video games start looking even better than
That's
they do
what I
now?
mean,
Like,
you know?
like what's the next step? Like I don't even know.
They're gonna be realistic. They're
It's
just
like-
gonna be like human beings.
It's
just
like
walking
well, there was a
around.
game. It was like an indie game that was like just looked like real life.
Body cam.
No, it was like a liminal
Legend of
space game.
Zelda CDI.
Yes, that was
that
it.
was-
The Legend of
Sorry,
Zelda.
Link. I can't
Sorry,
give credit.
the legend. It was what was it? Zelda's Adventure
The-
CDI.
No, the face. Oh yeah, that was the really bad one. Zelda's Adventure.
the only one to be real live action.
Yeah.
It was so.
La 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 la.
Somebody made a
Hold on.
like an actual like version of it, like for like the game like the GameCube. Not a GameCube. Why did I say GameCube?
I don't know why I said GameCube. Oh, GameCube games on Switch.
Also,
Oh yeah, that's another update.
That's
Game
I
cool.
did not know this, but
I finally get
the
to play Luigi's
GameCube
Mansion.
came out in 2001.
Yeah, I know.
I felt like
Space
it came out
Odyssey.
like older. I felt like it was older.
It's crazy to me to think about like how like all these games. I'm like, oh, I love like the original Luigi Mansion, and just think like that came out before I was born.
Also, I'm pretty
Isn't that
happy there's
weird?
no new Zelda or Mario.
There is a new Zelda. It's like a Age of Calamity.
I mean,
like a new big one.
like a new big one. I mean, people like Hyrule Warriors, I guess, but like
I
feel
did.
like people like the other ones more. I don't know though. That's just how I see
Interesting.
it.
I don't know. It's really this whole Nintendo thing is like. I wish I could be more invested in it, but I really don't. I really am just I'm like whatever at this point. I mean, my life is just getting busy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we covered about everything. Didn't
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. Hey, why don't I just want to show you guys Deltarune trailer?
Nope.
Before.
Okay. So we're
I
gonna
showed
be
Silk
done.
Song. This is Deltarune.
Okay,
Just-
we're gonna
just
watch Deltarune.
Enjoy this.
But we should play Legends of EA.
This
I
is-
don't know if I can show these. Am I allowed to
I-
do
yep.
that?
I mean, they're on YouTube.
Who's gonna see it? Yeah, this is about when I lost my mind.
Yo.
And like the stuff he shows off is just really cool,
Mhm.
and the music
Yeah,
so good.
definitely copyrighted.
Yeah, that's
Why-
okay. We'll just put over like put the
Yeah.
SpongeBob theme over it or something.
Mm.
Or
Actually,
put-
Toby Fox does use his music for free.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is all old stuff I've already seen. And he like
Sans.
yeah,
What's-
Spamton.
Yeah. What's
That's
the
it.
purple girl's name again?
Susie.
Susie.
Yeah, and so like look all these like mini games. There's like a
Mhm.
rhythm game now. It's like whoa.
Whoa.
Now that she's brown.
I
and-
love rhythm games.
Yeah.
She's
Look.
brown.
Look,
Whoa.
3D.
Yeah.
Did you see that 3D?
Mm.
And then the animated trailer. Like that was all like I was like whoa.
Yeah.
Like there's 3D, there's animated stuff.
Mhm.
Like I think it's just gonna keep getting more and more like,
Mhm.
which I'm very excited about.
Very cool.
At
Why
the
is
end-
she brown? Dude?
At the end of the game, it's gonna be just real life.
Yeah.
Chris
Dude,
is gonna be a real person.
What if the dream he had about the end of the game is just like something really dumb? It's like, what if the real Deltarune was the friends we made along
God,
the way?
I
Like,
would die.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we've been waiting
Yay.
like what 12 years
Yay,
for this.
yay, Toby Fox.
At that
we
point,
all
we'll
say
be
in
like old
unison
men,
really
like
sad-
oh,
Yeah.
finally chapter 7. Like,
Yay, Toby Fox. We all say in unison really sadly.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I have to make this game.
I need it now.
It's really funny. All right, well, look forward to that.
That's
Mhm.
gonna. That's what the end of One Piece is gonna be. It's just gonna be like the friends we made along the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, that's like,
Yeah.
you know, do you think there's anyone out there who's like, One Piece, I need to know how it ends.
Yes,
I'm theory
actually-
crafting, I have this cork
actually,
board.
yes,
Like,
Yeah.
yes, there is.
Yeah.
there is hundreds of people.
is there a lot of hidden deep lore in One Piece?
I think so.
I
Yes,
think so.
Yes.
There's a lot. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, Luffy.
Okay, the end of the
Whoa.
episode.
Luffy is literally.
Luffy, the main
Luffy
character.
is literally the sun god. Nika.
Okay,
Oh, interesting.
that's pretty deep lore.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for attending the
Um,
annual Big Talk.
Yeah.
Big Talk 4.
We'll see you guys next year.
Yes, for Big Talk 5.
In about like a couple months, probably.
Yeah, Big Talk 5.
Big Talk 5.
Coming
Say goodbye to your
soon.
money, everybody.
Yeah.
We-
Yes.
You gotta buy
Yeah, so
tickets.
in addition to the Nintendo charging thing, we're also going to start charging for our podcast.
So
every
we're gonna start
episode's gonna be
charging
$90 per
$300.
episode.
$90
Oh,
per
I was thinking
episode.
300.
300, okay.
If you want to upgrade to the Switch 2 version, you have to have.
If you want to upgrade to 3 Media Junkies Podcast Plus, where we have
behind the scenes bonus features,
behind the scenes of nothing, because
almost
we
a
don't have
half
any
hour
behind the
of behind the scenes things of
Yeah.
us setting up mics and being like,
scenes. and
all
not
right.
saying cuss words at all.
Yeah.
That's not something we do. Are we ready to close?
Yes, I think so.
Nope.
All right. On the count of, you know what? 3, 2, 1.
Peace out,
Media Junkies.